Yeah, I like it. Okay, so you've put a crew together. Back to this planning stage. So it sounds like you guys like the idea of trying to do this while the hunt is going on, and that Connor is gonna sneak in and disarm the guards. He's gonna sneak in with some hidden weapons. And
we're gonna sneak in as servants. We're gonna sneak our weapons in a bundle.
Yeah.
Connor, you're armed with what? Buckler and rapier?
Saber.
Buckler and saber.
I could roll in with a parrying dagger instead because they are smaller.
Actually, none of these have the concealable descriptor, so we'll
just wrap them up in some cloth.
Yeah, we'll just have to wrap them up and smuggle them in. So if we don't get any suspicion, that's what we have to worry. We have to, once we smuggle them in, people say, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here. What is this? Weapons?" So, we'll try to smuggle them in. I can't carry them on the roof because I'm tiny. We'll smuggle them in, and then we'll try to. I'll follow Connor to we also have to smuggle in a crowbar because I know you're big and huge. You can force the door, but
I need leverage.
Yep. So we'll get one of those. Can we find a crowbar? Like, the problem is the streetwise guy is off seducing some lady.
Oh, I mean, how hard would I always assumed that, like, in modern day, right, crowbar is just part of basic tools. Like, you have a hammer and a crowbar, but, like, back then, was it like a thieves' tool? Was it not something that you could just find around?
It would be.
Sometimes you need to open boxes.
Well, we might be able to find a crowbar, if they were modern. Yeah, but where are we robbing this from? Like, what tool place? The church that we're staying at barely has basic tool.
That's true. So White Ridge is a town that is mostly self-sufficient because it's hard to get to. They do have an abundance of ore because they are a mining town.
Honestly, we could just buy a mattock. We'll just do that.
Cool.
And we'll smuggle that in with us, because even though he's huge, if that door has any reinforcement, I don't need you dislocating your shoulder.
Makes sense. I like it.
Thank you for considering me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we'll smuggle those in with us. That's a case of deceit.
Okay. So I'm ready to start this if you guys are, but before we go, I just want to know who is Griff has been nice enough to put our different groups down, right? We've got the hunt group, the rescue group, and the carriage group. I think that's a good way to break this up.
Connor,
who's where?
And we're not bringing anyone else with us, right? None of your henchmen are good for this?
No, they're soldiers.
Okay.
Like I said, any of mine can go with you if you need them.
Yeah. Potter's going with me, but that's about it.
Did you get any good henchmen? Did you get any good streetwise henchmen?
I mean, one of them. One of them is streetwise.
What is he?
I don't know. I was leaving that up to Red to decide, since I don't know what NPCs are around here. So obviously, we know it's a boar, but we don't know its career.
Right, let's look. I think...
Other than that, I have the one streetwise person. Obviously, the queen, or not the queen. Obviously, the baroness isn't going with you, but there's also 3 other people available.
All right. Honestly, I think unless we have someone with unusual skills, Connor and Anushka are on Team Breakout, because Doc, Porter are going to need as much help as they can stealing the carriage, because that is going to be noticeable. So,
well, sure. Get a boar teamster and a burglar and a
and the 2 soldiers, because their goal is.
Well, you needed somebody to climb with you, right, or help you climb?
No, we're just going to walk up to her cell, bust open the door, and walk out with her. That is the plan.
Teamsters have team player?
I do believe that Potter does have team player.
Yeah, but Potter and Doc are going to get, when you guys steal the carriage, that's going to make a tumult. They're going to come stop you. So have all the soldiers and all those guys on carriage.
Okay, how about I recruited the supply side of the people that are here? So a coachman, an ostler.
Right. I mean, in other words,
and a burglar.
they might be able to help you because they might already be like getting the place dressed up or cased out which ones we want to take because we want to take fresh ones, not
Well, that's mean the
they might be
coachman's
able to
good at
assist.
driving, and Ostler is also good at assisting, the same way Potter is.
Right. Ostler specifically would be the one who points out which Dre's are going to be the best ones. Yeah. So you coordinate the assault. That sounds good. You talk to some of the locals. Said, hey, if we were to give you guys some money and offer you some deal, you think you could help us out?
It's the people that drove the nobles here. So
Right.
while
Right,
they're not
yeah.
needed out in the hunt, hey, can you help my friends out here a little bit, and then maybe a little thing
Well,
on the
make it-
side for you.
Worth your while. It's like, well, I do have to get out of town very quickly for things I've done that I'm not going to repeat. So sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, well, I always like to repeat once again, the implication is the gang of irregulars think they're player characters. They've done horrible things. Think of the worst things player characters do, and these guys have done them.
Yeah, like I said, we're in Ocean's 11 scenario now, so
Yep.
any of the
Perfect.
people that aid in any way in an Ocean's 11 scenario get their screen time.
It'll just be me and Connor. And Connor's probably going to be carrying Colette part of the way. I'm hoping that while we're in there, because all the nobles are off on the mission, that there's only going to be a skeleton crew here, and we won't have to altercate with too many guards.
So I had 4 total, right? One's a burglar, one's an ostler, one's a teamster. Can I get a watchman in the group? One of the guards on my side?
Ooh, I like that. Yeah,
That
that's
way
pretty
we
cool.
have somebody who can look the other way when it's time, or, try and switch out, create a distraction when it's time for them to sneak in.
Raise the alarm in a different part of the building. They went this way.
Yeah,
Ooh, I like that, yeah.
any Ocean's 11 scenario.
No, that's pretty good. Yeah. So
I
your
like
last
having
one will be the
connected
Watchmen.
people. Okay, good, because I want to hurt as few people as possible.
Oh, I like that a lot. That's pretty good.
Because I'm not too worried about me. I'm worried about Colette and the people who get in our way.
Okay. I like this. So
We'll go ahead and smuggle in the buckler. I'll take the parrying dagger if that's all right, boss.
All right.
I also know how to fence.
okay.
All right, let's do
Cool. And my last question: we're leaving the doctor with the escape.
The
escape
doctor-
Yeah, do the carriage group.
it. The doctor's on the carriage group. He not only can he drive, but he's good with animals,
Okay, then.
and he's anti-stealth.
Yeah.
Clank,
Nice.
clank, clank.
Okay, cool. So
Well, not to mention your odor of sanctity.
it just smells like a church in here.
Yeah,
It's not a smell I smelt in some time.
sometimes.
The world's greatest thief, you only know he's there because of the smell of incense suddenly filling the room.
The
That's
stinky
your-
bandit.
That's your calling card. I suddenly feel bad about all of my life choices.
Okay, so it is the following day. If you guys are waiting for the hunting party to depart, then in that case, you let's see. It would be like midday, probably early afternoon, right?
Yeah, you said
You
early
have-
afternoon, didn't you?
Yeah. Early afternoon is when the hunt is going off. So, people, they're getting ready. They're getting their mounts and their hunting lizards set and preparing with snacks for the road. And then the procession is going to head out. The procession is going to head out and leaving you guys with a skeleton crew. I mean, obviously the castle still has plenty of people there, attendants to run the place, and is still kept under guard. It is the seat of power and wealth for the Baron. He's not going to take all those guys with him. But at the very least, a portion of the guard are missing. So did you guys want to start by having your insider raise the alarm section to give you an in, or do you want to try to sneak in first? You're going in undercover, right? So you could roll for it and wait and maybe use that as a last ditch effort.
I mean, it was their idea to make them raise an alarm somewhere else. I don't know that that's such a great idea. I mean, it might just be better to have a guard along their path that looks the other way.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you mentioned a distraction. So if we set off the alarm, it can lead people the wrong way. Otherwise, we'll say, hey, did you see anything suspicious? I didn't. Go look somewhere else.
Right, my only worry there is that, it raises an alarm on one part, and that's just a wave of people that's going to come back the other way at some point.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Heightened.
Maybe it won't come up.
Okay, well, let's begin.
You're there, and they're part of your side of things. You take control of them however you want. I don't want to mess up whatever you got going.
Gotcha. Okay then. So I guess it's to Connor and Danushka. I guess you guys, your next move or your first move would be to once again try to blend into the serving staff, right?
Right.
Okay. So that is going to be it was will, because it takes cojones to pull this off. And stealth or deception. I guess deception would work here. It's not that you're not trying to be seen, you're just trying to be convincing.
We are servants.
And Anushka, you can include your low profile, because that's kind of what this is all about.
We work here. We really do.
And I'm looking for one success from each of you, because you're just trying to
It's not a high suspicious day. No one's tipped them off that we're coming in.
Exactly. Damn, it looks serious. Okay.
Did something happen?
It says something seems to be wrong with the above roll. It failed verification on my end, which is
I'm gonna
weird.
reload. Yeah, I typed something in and nothing happened. What?
By the way, I think I've come up with a name for my gang.
Oh yeah,
The Achromic Gang.
the achromic gang, the gang without colors.
We're the gang without colors. Yeah, we don't fly no colors. We're a gang without nations.
It's the only bandit organization we have so far that doesn't have some sort of color association.
2 successes.
That's what I'm saying. You fly
like
a
it.
color, you get bounded to a specific place or position or a nation.
How's Connor doing to get in?
Gangs without borders.
We got a 4 and a 5.
Yeah, we have 2 successes. We're in like Flynn.
Yep, you guys are. You just fall right into step with the day-to-day goings on. Everyone here seems busy since the nobility is out. It's their opportunity to get some actual cleaning done, and they assume that if you're here, you're also busting your ass. So no one's looking too closely at you. You're able to easily navigate up to the hallway that holds some of the bed chambers for the guests and and the prison chamber where Colette currently is. You see that there are still 2 guards posted on the far side of the room. On either side of the doorway. And you guys have successfully smuggled in these weapons under your bedrolls.
Yeah, how are the guards armed?
The guards have spears. I think that makes
So no whistles and no pistols.
They definitely don't have guns. They might have whistles. I'm gonna say no. They're not expecting.
Yeah, he's not
to ever be
expecting
without-
trouble.
Right.
Which
And even if they find trouble, like Colette tries to sneak out, they could just shout. She's still in the middle of the manor.
No, they're not
house.
expecting us to be so bold, which is going to be his downfall.
So no
Because
whistles.
who knows she's here, and who would come to the ass end of the world just to release her?
Right? Yeah.
His overconfidence is going to be his undoing. Okay. How many paces do we have to cross before we get close to them?
Okay, well, let's say, because you're here looking like you're serving staff who are cleaning up, you could probably get pretty close before you alert them that you're trying to pull something. Let's say you could get up to near range before.
Yeah. Speaking of bugs that the designer had up his butt, drawing concealed weapons is slower than drawing sheathed weapons. I know that's weird.
Oh my, okay.
Right. According to the rules, it's a stun. You can't start with it for free. Like, initiative roll doesn't let you pull weapons out of nothing for free. That's a gift, which none of us have. It's a stunt to get weapons out of their package. So, Connor, how good are you at barehanded combat?
Not at all.
Because you've got a D4. That's why I'm suggesting that we're going to have to get our weapons out and then run across the space and engage them. They don't have alarms, so we could possibly do that. I'm not happy about this, but I don't think there's any other way we can do it because I don't think you're that good at knocking people out.
Not yet. I don't think I have knockout fighter on this generation of the character.
Okay, well, all right. Well, then my suggestion would be get our weapons out and, go for it. Do you have disarming strike? Are you a disarmer?
Not yet. Okay. I do have a Kimbo fighter, but that's about my only big trick.
No, yeah, but none of us have the fancy fencing disarm.
Not yet.
Okay.
Are these the only two guys that were in your path?
Hmm?
Were these the only two guys that were in your path?
Yeah, we have to take these two guys out.
Yeah, they blended, so as of right now, it's just the two of them.
I mean, we could walk up to them and pretend to be servants, but then we'd have to punch to knock them out, and I don't think either of us can pull that off.
But I'm just thinking, if there's the only two guys that are going to stand in your path, well, what if my guy replaces one of them? Hey, I'm here to relieve you of duty.
Are we that lucky that our made man is here?
That would be.
Well, I mean, because he would know, obviously, when things are going to go down.
I would suggest that to figure out if he's here or not would be a random roll, and I would suggest using Theta's mind and negotiation to convince him to be here.
Okay, do you want to do that? Mind and negotiation?
I've got negotiation. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
What are we looking for, success-wise?
Well, I would suggest you want 4s or better. I would suggest 2 successes he'd be here, 1 successes, and I would suggest that he did something to make this a little easier for us. That's what I would suggest.
This is going to have to be luck then. All right.
Because you got negotiation, right?
2 successes. You called for
2 successes. So I would suggest that he's here.
So one of these guys is on your side and is not... and he'll probably, if he sees you coming, he'll make eye contact with you, like a wink or something like that.
We can signal him. All right, that's the signal. Connor, what's your motto?
One hand watches the other.
You want to go first?
All right. I will get Connor as close as I can to the one that's not on our side.
Mm-hmm.
Draw weapons, which will send me reeling. But I have a Kimbo fighter, so I still threaten.
Okay. So he walks up, unravels all the weapons, and is guarding and reeling. The guard would then roll his initiative dice.
Right. So let's do that.
He needs 4s or better.
He needs 4s or better. We're going to say this is a D8 guard. So we're rolling 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he has focus. So when he sees them unraveling all this stuff and guarding, he would immediately, lose his shit and go,
yeah, he's probably going to lunge. He's probably going to use his focus to lunge at Connor and make an attack.
So he would make an unaimed attack, because if you use your focus to attack, you can only get 1 action. But Connor's reeling, so I don't blame you.
Yep. So we're going to roll.
The good news is, Connor, even though you're reeling, your weapon is ready. You can parry with it.
Oh, that's good to know. All right, it's going to be 3d8, including the reeling bonus, and 4 high.
He could have guarded. Instead, he went to stab you. He doesn't. Assassin! A really good
exactly. he sees steel, and he wants to get a hit in before you are ready to fight back.
So you'll parry.
And parry quite well.
Okay, I will stride and focus. Okay. I'm going to assume that our man is just going to sit there and go, focus. You got this. I'm totally cool.
Yeah, because he has to explain things after the fact. So
okay, now he used his focus to interrupt to attack. That's the end of our turn. Rise of his turn again. So if he wants to aim an attack or guard an attack, he can actually get a second attack in there.
Right. Let's do an aim and attack.
All right. So now, same drill. You get the bonus D8 and the D12. So when he's getting it, this is the op attack. If you're looking for the D&D metaphor of stabbing it, now you can aim an attack. Connor can roll the same parry dice again.
Better.
And he parries.
But you do parry again. Ching ching.
Now it's our turn.
Yes.
Connor, before you attack, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to guard, and I'm going to say, drop your weapons and stand down. We're not here to kill you. I'm going to try to scare him using presence.
Right, and he's going to resist with what
He
is
resists
that,
with body, will, and presence. This is resisting.
body, will, and presence. Okay.
I rolled a 6.
I don't think he has any presence dice, so he's going to roll.
But he's got body and will, and he's got 2d8s in those.
And
so
he got an 8 on that.
Yeah. Okay.
So he resists.
I'm done. It's your turn, Connor. I tried.
He says, fiends!
So you've gone close to him?
Yeah, you're in melee range.
Yeah, you're in close. I think, Anushka, you're still at, like, near range. You said you strided last.
Yeah, I strode forward and told him to surrender, and he didn't. So, yeah, no, you're at close range, buddy.
I think he was trying to get tactics, but again, you did a stunt, which sent you reeling now.
I am not giving you a tactics bonus. I'm not that close.
Okay.
Sorry, I wanted him to surrender. Okay, you can counterattack, which and you aimed an attack, so you don't have a guarding bonus. So
that's not a name.
No, I'm talking about the bad guy. The bad guy.
Yeah, he doesn't have a guarding
bonus.
So he would just roll his 2d8 for a spear.
2d8. 6. That means you got 2 going through. Dex 4, and critical gives you another 1, so 5 total.
You know the most confusing thing about this is,
and he's dead.
Connor's not a veteran.
Basically.
I am. It says no because I'm not using the veteran bonus.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
That's there for my aim and guard.
And you would, if you're a guard, you would have 3 dice to soak because you'd have body, resolve, and an armor die. I'm assuming you're armored. Right?
Yeah, he is armored, so we'll give him 1.
Yeah, at least in leather. Okay, so
he soaks it down to.
So you're hurt, afraid, and injured.
Yeah, this interplay of swords and spear goes quite quickly, but you finally draw blood on your opponent, and yes, he's hurt, afraid, and injured. He's going to glance fervently at his comrade, who just gives him kind of like a shrug.
Not worth it, man.
So, yeah.
Drop weapons.
Yeah, not worth it.
Is he going to drop and surrender?
I think he will, realizing that he's not getting backup from his buddy there. He's going to curse and throw his spear on the ground. Buddy also throws his spear down, making it look like they surrendered together.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
I will subdue the loyal guard who surrendered. I sigh. This is all I could find, I say, throwing a dirty bed sheet over his head.
He goes, I didn't sign up for this.
Okay. Well, here's the manic. Go to it, Connor. Destroying a door would usually be body and craft. You have improved strength, which I think is a bonus D12 to this. None of us actually have sabotage, so none of us get a D12 bonus for prying open a door.
And if you brought that crowbar, I'd give you a bonus, like a D6 bonus. I'm just looking for successes versus 3.
Yeah, I think we'll eventually get the door open. It's just like Connor's not going to botch this. Knock on wood.
Yeah, could I just wrote it, or do I need 2 successes?
We're not in a hurry. We didn't set off the alarm. Do you want to just wrote this?
Yeah, because right now I'm using body and strength.
And we don't care if they know we were here or not.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll give it to you. You can.
Okay, so crunch.
Crunch.
I don't know how solid is the door, by the way. Is it like?
It's fairly well made.
Is it military grade?
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Okay,
but,
so this manor house is mostly for show. It's not a converted castle.
Yeah, it's not actually much of a real
Okay.
outpost.
All right, Colette, don't commit suicide. We're here for you.
Yes, when you enter the room, you can see that Colette is standing there by the bed. She has her ankles are chained to the bed, but she's like,
they chained her to the. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Well,
like I said, it's not a sex thing, I promise. But she goes,
I'm gonna ask our plant if he has the key to these irons.
Yeah, I imagine they do. The guards that are stationed here also have to take her to the bathroom and stuff, and that requires unshackling. So he does have the key.
Good. We're here to rescue you.
when you go over to the key, he's like, I need you to punch me in the face. Make it look convincing. Doc.
Body of D4.
All right, Connor punches him.
I think Connor hits him over the head with
Would
Connor
you
hits
like
him
to
and
hold
knocks him
back,
out.
Connor?
the buckler, knocking several teeth out.
Oh.
To be fair, he said punching, and we know Connor's not as good at punching.
Well, you didn't tell him to take the buckler off. Bong!
Oh, he did.
Drunk. Yeah. Okay. Ouch. So 2. So that's hurt and afraid, which is pretty much as good as you could hope for in this case. So the dude is like, he's got a bloody lip now.
Okay,
He's
we're
like-
going to take a bedsheet guy and chain him to the bed. Actually, there's 2 leg irons here, so we could chain
We get them both.
use
Yeah.
one on each of you. All right.
Hacksaw.
No, we're not giving them a hacksaw. What is wrong with you? All right, so we've got Colette. We've got your escape route. We're here to rescue. Let's be away. You don't have to martyr yourself for your religion or whatever it is you weird religious people do.
She's like, martyr myself. I was. I want to get the heck out of here. So thank you. Well, actually, no. She remembers you. She didn't see you at the party, but she knows who you are. Anushka.
Yeah,
She says,
I'm Anushka.
Yes, I resent the implication you did not think that I could make the journey myself, but I suppose one should not lift a gift horse in the mouth. And I do thank you for coming to rescue me.
Let's talk more escape.
Agreed. And you guys are going to book it. Let's see there. So you guys are making your way to the out the building with with the famous hostage. So that's gotta be a roll for something, I think.
That I think would actually be a stealth roll, and also so we got a double problem here. So not only is that a stealth roll, but Colette has to make her own stealth roll.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know if we get a circumstance bonus because we had a plant, we have the route plotted. Would you give us a D8 for that?
Sure.
Okay, so but we still, if we only get one success on this, we're still going to get spotted. So let's hope we can at least get one success so we can just get part of the way before we get in trouble.
So this would be speed and stealth.
Speed and stealth and a
and
bonus
stealth.
D8 due to situation. Because we're not servants anymore. Now, if I wanted to ditch you guys, I could tap my low profile and just ditch you, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay, this is for Colette.
You were the worst raccoon!
Nice.
I am the worst
Still got a
raccoon.
success though.
Okay, we have 2 successes and Connor only has 1. So I would assume that we would get most of the way there before the guards would get tipped off. And that's where, Connor, you have to make a choice. Do you want, since we have 2 successes, do you want us to ditch you and get the hell out of here and you fight your way out? Or do you want us to stay here by your side?
Connor would be the kind to have you get out of there while he fights his way out.
Before we do this,
Mm-hmm.
did the Baroness go on the hunt with, or is she still in the keep?
I think she went on the hunt with.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh.
she's there with you.
Right, I just want to see that was a card we could still play.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, I was thinking, and Connor, you're out of personality and all that kind. Well, it's a new day. Have you used your personality yet today?
I don't think I have today.
All right. What's your personality?
Brazen.
Raven.
Totally fitting.
Let's see if you can get out of here. I know, I'll just bash through this door. They've heard us. We've got to go this way. No, this way. Oh, wait. You hear that? The background music. It's swelling. It's trilling. We've got to get out of here.
There we go. Yes.
Wait, is Jason Voorhees
Follow
here?
the dramatic
What's
music.
going on?
So Connor, are we gonna get a personality roll from you, or are you gonna stay and
Okay.
fight?
Or
I'm gonna stay and fight.
do you have a favorite use of stealth?
No, because I don't have any.
He doesn't have any
more
marks.
stuff.
That's from being a raccoon.
Oh,
All right. So we get most of the way and we say, all right, we'll come get you, Connor. I need to escort Colette at least to the wagon. So we're going to use our 2 successes to navigate. Connor's probably going to get into a brief fight. Let's do it.
Am I lagging or something?
yeah. Has he not rolled yet?
He's not rolling. He said he was going to stay and fight.
That's gonna raise alarms, dude.
I don't control Connor.
I know.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so yes, so you and Colette make it out the back exit through the courtyard and through a side passage, while Connor stays and tussles.
I guess you wanted me to roll my personality for some reason.
It just came now. Yeah, if you wanted to add your personality to your stealth escape roll,
Yeah, it looks like it still wouldn't have worked.
this still wouldn't have worked. So you'll still have to engage in combat. You are armed now. You don't have your armor, remember, and you have put yourself between the escaping Anushka and Colette and 2 of the Boar watchman guards who have caught up to you at the exit.
See, I told you he wasn't a servant. Maybe he's polishing the swords. Then why wouldn't he be in the sword polishing room? You're right. Hey, you! Get back in the sword polishing room!
Wonderful. Yep. So yeah. So they're coming at you. They're starting this fight, but they are within. We'll put them at near range to you.
Right.
I'm
So
sorry I don't have a good map for this prepared, but
No, that's fine. 4s are better in your initiative.
yeah.
All right.
All right. That's 1.
So I guess they'll close and attack.
Indeed they shall.
Do you want to have one of them move in and guard, and the other one move in tactics?
Yeah. Actually, I don't think these guys have pack tactics. They're boars. They don't necessarily get that.
Then
So
they would
what-
probably. It's their question whether they would move in and guard or move in and attack. Since Connor has weapons drawn and looks pretty dangerous, they might just move in and guard.
Move in and guard. So we'll do that.
'cause
So they'll
Watchmen
both
don't have
close-
tactics.
Right. They'll both close into close range, but they
Right.
will both be guarded.
On either side of you, so they
Indeed.
surround you and then point spears at you menacingly. You, of course, throw down your weapons and surrender, right?
Yeah, surrender right in their vital organs.
Mhm.
So I think Connor picks one and attacks, and I think that one would counterattack with the. Are Watchmen veterans?
Hold on.
I'm saying again, as
Yeah,
I
these
play,
are-
basically,
Watchmen are
yeah,
veterans.
I'm
everybody's a
going
veteran.
to aim with my attack.
Okay, he will counter.
Yeah, most of the entourage went with us, but they weren't that skilled because they're not that worried about being ambushed at the.
Oh,
Oh wow!
yeah, that was not good for him.
Hey, it's a 4. You screened
It is a
out the
4.
obvious overkill.
Yeah. So I see 3 rolled successes, which is going to give you another point of critical. So that's
Yes.
4 plus damage plus 2 is 6.
That's a
And they're
6
rolling
hit.
88.
You get 3 dice to soak that. You are
Soak it down
still
too?
standing.
Still standing. So sorry. What? How much damage went through? Was it total?
They're hurt,
3 damage.
reeling, afraid, and injured.
Yeah,
Got
you are
it.
still. You are 1 inch away from that. You take a grievous injury as you are stabbed. And that's the end of Connor's turn. So we've got one. The afraid guy would probably recover from reeling and guard, while the second guy moved in and aims and
Yeah.
attacks.
Okay, the second guy is still there, but yeah, so he will aim and attack, right?
I'll parry.
And
Okay.
Connor's only going to parry it, so you'll live. Okay, he's got a 10.
Yeah, 10 is good.
I have
You
12.
have an 11.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
Connor,
he
it's
like
your turn.
backhanded knocked
yeah,
that
there's-
blow away.
Okay, sorry. There's one guarding one and one neutral one.
Well, the guardian one is already pretty messed up. He's
Yeah.
already afraid, so I'm going to try to demoralize his buddy.
All right,
Smart.
so you aim and attack the other one.
Right.
All right, that
Okay.
guy defends. So it's
He'll counter.
just like a movie, guys.
Exactly. Counter with his 2d8s. No bueno. Oh, 7 was a good show, but let's see. The 9 and the 10 went through.
was
Wait,
a-
did
that
you
was a
just roll
parry
parry
roll,
again?
yeah.
That was a parry.
Yeah, you made the wrong roll.
Oh, I did?
You did.
Yeah.
You made the wrong roll.
Okay, sorry. I thought I was parrying the attack.
No, it's your
No,
turn.
you're attacking. He's countering.
Oh, okay, so let me roll my attack. I'm very, very sorry.
No, that's okay.
And I'm assuming you're aiming before you attack. You can guard before you attack. I'm not here to judge.
I get my guard dice from my Kimbo fighter. My ambidexterity bonus and the fencing bonus help.
So did you aim?
Yeah, that's what the veteran die is.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So
Well,
3
yeah,
damage.
roll that
7,
D12.
and you have a 6. So
No, he's got an 8.
Well, the 8's from
Oh,
tactics.
for
Where's the
tactics,
tactics coming
that doesn't
from?
count.
that's from tactics.
Disregard the tactics dice, yes.
Got
But
it.
I did get an 11 from my favorite use.
Okay,
Nice.
so you reroll 1/1 and get an 11. So it is a mere 3-point hit on the other guard.
Yep. And here we go. Soaking.
Sorry about getting that wrong, guys.
Soaks it down to 2.
Reeling,
So
hurt,
he
afraid.
is
He is
Feeling
hurt and afraid. So
afraid,
it's
but they're both afraid.
the guard's turn now, and all of them are afraid. So usually what you do in this situation is like when they stab, they would scream, fall back, he's too dangerous, and would like move around the furniture or a wall or something, which would allow Connor to escape.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to do. So, Connor, you basically have found a window, an opening that you can use to rush out after your friends. And
Right. And so
I see
my
what you do.
suggestion would be that when Connor runs away, you could have him make another stealth roll of speed and stealth with a bonus D8 because we know the route out, and a bonus D8 because he won the fight.
sure, speed stealth plus 2d8.
And, because... Right. So they would give chase and you would evade them, you cunning devil.
Indeed, indeed. So you guys now find yourselves outside the outer wall of the castle.
Well, we would get to the stables. And when we get to the stables, this is where Doc and his crew should have already gotten the cart ready. You can do...
Right. Now it's time to see how that scene plays out.
Exactly. Okay.
And then it'll end off with how long does the distraction last, and do they come back before we finish?
Right. Right.
Can
Okay.
I,
So yeah. So
Posit something real quick.
please.
Now, if I have the coachman and the ostler on my side,
Mhm.
could they not just drive out their own wagon?
I mean,
We need to do something to the wagon. We need to
guess
roll
so.
the
I mean,
axles.
you guys are stealing a wagon anyway, so it's not like if they took
right.
the
But I just
wagon
mean
they
that
own.
this way there's no stealthing through or anything required. These guys just already on the job, and this is the wagon that they're driving, and they're taking care of the animals for.
Yeah.
We just need to drive the wagon out here, and then that's where they pick up
Right.
Colette and everybody, and then they just don't go back.
Yeah, that's why I would suggest that, well, you just need to make a roll so nobody catches you. Don't botch.
Yeah, really, it's a matter of trying to escape.
That's what I'm asking about. Is the not getting caught part is that they have the authority basically of this is our wagon. Why can we not drive our wagon?
I think it's more that the alarm has been. I think you're right. They should just have access to their wagons, so we don't need to like stage a wagon heist also.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think I would still want to roll as you guys exit the town because you're being pursued now by the guard from the castle.
Yeah.
Like, who knows
Everybody
that
get
you're
in.
broken out.
We're going
I
fast.
mean, my suggestion would be that, like, the major domo or someone come along and say, what are you doing? Well, we're ready the wagon to leave. This wagon's not supposed to leave. You guys are disobeying orders, and I'm a middle manager. I resent this affront to my authority. I mean, if you're asking me how this could go wrong, that's how it could go wrong. But hey, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for expediency's sake, that you guys have no problem positioning the wagons and getting them ready to make haste. But you are being pursued, right? So that's really what the role is going to be.
Yeah, Doc, are you driving?
Sounds like it, and I got as good of a chance as they do. In fact, I have an accurate reroll, so I ought to be the one doing it.
Well, I guess we're giving you
speed in vehicles. Is that right?
I guess we're giving you a bonus D8 and a bonus D12 for those two guys as well.
Yeah.
I was about to ask what the bonuses that they give are.
Yeah, one's a. I mean, they have enough to rote giving you a bonus, but I just mean one is a. What's the one that gives you D12?
Team player.
Yeah, sorry, I've got Teamster in my head, and it's like wrong word.
That's a different gift.
Well, yeah, but one of them has Teamster and Team Player, and the other one only has like Teamster. So one's a D8 and one's a D12.
Right, so I got the two of them assisting me to make this happen while I'm rolling, and I'll get a re-roll if I do terribly.
Okay, and
So-
you've got a gang of these dudes on lizard back, on like they're charging with, I don't know, like what are the charging dinosaurs with the ram heads? I feel like those would be the dinos that the
Triceratops?
Oh
not
wow.
the Triceratops, like the ones that
Pachycephalosaurus.
yeah, maybe they've got like the bowling ball head and they can like ram
Yeah,
into things
they might be
from
cautious.
the Lost World.
They probably don't have palfreys because those are show and fast. They probably have the
Mhm.
coursers.
Mhm.
And
All right,
I mean,
possibly-
essentially that's what the stat block will
and
use.
they would
this,
have
but-
war trained mounts because they're supposed to maintain. They are in an important area. I mean, there is a garrison here. There is a war.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this contested, and we're gonna do it like we're gonna have one roll for my guys, and I'll say that it would be like 2d8 plus an assistance bonus, and there'll be 4 of them, so it'll be plus 3, so a total of 5d8 on my side that you'll roll against.
Okay, I'm rolling 2d6 for my skill, a d8 for one assist, and a d12 for another.
All right, so that d12 could just zip it up, but let's see what happens.
It could. Let's see.
Chitow. Okay, 6
All
is
right,
the
high
number.
6. There's some good odds in here, 50-50 at least. And I get a high 7.
Classy. Okay.
Yeah, and that was based off of the non-teamwork assistant, so the actual teamster, I think. Is that correct?
I think it's the Ostler.
Yeah, the Ostler is
Yeah,
like, wait,
it's
no,
the
go
Ostler.
down that street.
Mhm.
And we start into it, they can't turn fast enough, and we get out of there.
Oh, I love it. Yep. And as you can see, the town of White Ridge receding behind you, you will feel safe that you have evaded capture as you rumble down the road.
But now the real question is, are they on their way back? Are they in front of us as we are trying to escape? That is the theta scene.
And this is the theta scene, right? So this is the thing. For drama's sake, let's say that well, actually, no.
I mean,
think
it doesn't
that's-
seem like it's that hard to
yeah.
keep these guys distracted on a hunt. All I have to do is be slightly competitive with his son. And that's where his son's going to focus
Yeah, that'll
all his
make it last
attention.
a long time.
Exactly. We'll say, yeah, slightly competitive with his son. His son seems to be a real asshole. But
And
you're
then-
there as a guest of the Baron.
Yeah,
right?
saying then if the Baron ever really wants to try and upstage anybody and wants to leave, well, then his wife will just distract him for a bit, too.
There you go.
And those are the
yeah,
only
so-
two that really need to be distracted because they're at the pleasure. Everyone else is there at the pleasure of the Baron. So keep those
Very
two
true.
stuck here, and everyone will be stuck here.
Indeed. But we're here and you're here, and we don't have much time left. But since you're here and you're distracting him, and I think that it's fairly elementary, like you said, to keep him here and distracted, giving your friends time to make a getaway. We're gonna add a little narrative wrinkle, though. So the Baron is in the process of boasting about how he has, him and the mercenaries that he hires have done amazing work fighting against the Chevernace who continually raid, but that it takes true grit and determination. And he's sort of like taunting you. Are you just a pampered noble, or do you have what it takes to get the job done? And in order to prove something, he challenges you to a wager. He says that if you can, they're hunting a quarry, right? And he says that if Adris can bring the quarry down before his son can, that he'll grant you a boon. He'll grant you a favor, right? That's sort of the wager of this, to prove something, right? Do you accept his wager?
Yeah, I'm down for it. I mean, internal monologue, know that I could never win, but at the same time, I'm not here to win. I'm here to elongate the competition, which probably involves losing at the end of the day, because I don't
That's
want
true.
to upset them either.
That's very
Also,
fair
a question
point.
on the side.
Yeah.
Willie brought the goat, right?
I assume so, yeah. But let's see, Doc, you have your goat boy, right?
I have my goat boy. Hang on, kid. We're doing some tight turns.
Get it,
Haha,
kid?
kid. Haha. Yep. Okay. We'll call him the kid. The kid is he gets it, and he's holding on, gripping to the side of this
Billy the
wagon
kid.
for dear life. Billy the kid. Perfect.
This
'Cause he's a
Sundance
Billy
kid.
goat. Oh man.
You ever evaded the law before? First time for everything.
Yeah.
Good role model, by the way. I'm a saint.
Stick with me, kid. I'm a saint. Oh god, that's great. Okay, so so it's perfunctory. You can just choose to fail the roll if you want, but you could also roll to see if you can catch this quarry.
I mean, my
Andrew?
only skill that I'd even have anywhere applicable is like pulling out a dagger and throwing it at the quarry, try and kill it. I don't succeed. I don't think that would be very successful, but at least it would show that I gave an attempt.
That you
'Cause
get
I
a
don't
try.
want, I don't want to outright fail. I want to look like I tried and failed because that sells it better.
All right. I mean, I'll let you make a show of it if you want to roll presence.
I don't have presence. I'm literally throwing is the only
Ah.
dice I think I have that are applicable here.
Okay. Then yeah, then you've got the beast cornered, or spotted anyway, and the sun goes charging after it.
Yeah, actually, to not be weird, it's a hunt. They probably gave you one of those, was it picadores? One of those javelins or throwing knives that have a long tassel on it to mark the quarry.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like in bull hunting?
Yeah,
Bull
literally.
hunting. I mean,
They
bull,
use-
whatever you call it.
They
Animal
use
cruelty.
them in bullfighting, but they're also used in hunting. Yeah, because you hit it to exsanguinate the prey, and then you run it down.
Right.
Got it. So yeah. So if you want, I mean, same roll. You're still using your throwing skill for it. Oh, I'm sorry. You just rolled for it, right? Yes, throwing. Good.
Literally, when you just said that, I hit enter. So yeah,
Gotcha.
I was waiting for you to tell me what was going on. I just had it prepped.
Okay. Let's see if he can beat you with his throwing. I'll say
I guess
he's
I'll
pretty
declare.
good at it.
What would be my favorite use here? I don't have it listed yet. What would?
Favored use for this situation?
Are you going to choose big game hunting? I don't think you're going to pick that.
Right. It could be like, I think, big game hunting, unless you wanted it to be throwing like javelins.
You know what? No, I forgot. The gamer inside me. I forgot I'm trying to fail. Or I'm trying to show that I'm trying, but plan to fail.
Go.
Yeah, so just leave it. We're just gonna leave it. That's my roll.
Got it. Okay. This guy's throwing with D10s.
I just imagine that. Wow. I
Ouch.
was trying to lose.
There's my botch. Oof. Okay. Well,
I guess I'm getting a boon.
yeah, you're also getting an enemy. This kid is trying to show you up, but something terrible happens, like his mount loses footing or something like that, and he stumbles at the last possible moment, and his javelin goes wide. Meanwhile, you're trying to fail, so we're going to say that if you want to, you can hit your quarry, but you could also let it go away. At least you've shown that you came close.
No,
that
this
you
is
can-
emergent gameplay. I have to play the field.
Okay.
Again, what I said about the very beginning of the session too. It's a very Game of Thrones if a goat came out and killed this kid or something.
I know, right?
Do you remember the very first episode of Game of Thrones? It was a boar charged out and killed the king.
Yeah. Yep. And we're on a hunt, so that's kind of like there's a lot of pageantry going on here as well. There's onlookers. So yeah, so you hit the quarry. I don't know much about royal hunts, but I feel like there's like hunting dogs and stuff. But there's animals and people who chase it down.
Ephrax can, in theory, be tame.
Well, I mean, I imagine this is the dramatic scenario where we both throw, the animal goes running off into the woods, and he has his accident or whatever the hell happens here. So we're not uncertain of what happened, and then we go chase the animal down, and it's my color thing sticking out of it, and his is nowhere to be seen.
Sure, yeah.
When we find it dead somewhere.
I think he let's go with that. I think the difference, what I will change is that when he gets up, so his mount falls and he gets up and he's cursing and he like kicks the beast, because he's sadistic, and kicking the dog is the literary trope here. So bam. So the Baron is like, "Whoa, boy, calm yourself. Sir Gar, you have proven to be quite a talent, quite deft. I may have underestimated you. Underestimated you. You're too humble, which is unbecoming of someone of your status." So he'll bark an order at his son to go and help them finish off the animal and get it like packed away. And you can see that before he leaves, Devin, he's gonna shoot you just the dirtiest look, Adris. So he doesn't like you. But the Baron says, "I may be not well liked, but I am true to my word. And yes, offer you a boon of your choosing, anything that's within my power to grant." Yeah, anything come to mind? All the figuring out the right word and verbal pauses are in character. Yes, he is. He's just as dumb as I am in the fiction of the universe.
All right. I travel a lot, right? And I have a bad habit of getting on the wrong side of the law here and there, and I'm kind of outside of my zone of authority. Minor house to the Rinaldi and Jakoba, as it were. How about one free pass?
A free pass. Guffaw, snort, chuckle, guffaw. So you mean a free pass, like a get out of jail free card if you happen to find yourself in a Doloro prison?
Yeah.
No reason.
I mean, I like that. He says, "You and me, we cut of the same cloth. Truly, birds of a feather, as they say." And he'll slap you on the back. He says, "I can't promise that my... I'll be frank that I am not welcome in many of the stuffed shirt nobles. Don't much care for my brand of justice, but I do have power and I do have sway, and as much as I can, I will come to thine aid should you need get you out of any sort of pickle, so long as it falls beneath my purview or within my powers of influence."
Very good. I do trust you're a man of your word as much as we are men of the same kind.
Indeed. And tonight, you shall get the prime cut of the beast. Well done. "Boy," he will shout to his son Devin, and he says, "that was shoddy riding there. I expect to see you improved. I don't want you embarrassing me in front of my guests in the future, eh?" Devin is just gonna, give him an acidic look and say, "Yes, father, of course," and he's going to slink and skulk away. He says he's a good lad, he's got potential, but, well, he needs work. So yeah, I think the rest of the hunt is going to go on pretty much as uneventfully. You definitely have the biggest catch of the day. And when they return, they expect you to bring, or they're going to bring it back and prepare it. They expect you to return for dinner. So that's the only other wrinkle in this plan.
That's not a wrinkle for me. I mean, it would be really weird if I just suddenly disappeared.
I mean, you would be you're kind of the guest of honor.
Right, and
So
I
in
mean,
that
my
sense, it would be.
association with those other people, if they were even, identified, is that, remember, I was here for an indulgence. I merely escorted as a way of lieu to the church, so I have no real connection, remember?
No, exactly. I don't think no one would assume you were associated with them. It's just, it might delay your rendezvous with the rest.
Yeah, no, that's the only problematic part, but I have to continue playing my role to the point where it's normal that I would leave again.
Exactly.
It's more suspicious to bail just after a crime happened, rather than stick around and play politics.
Yeah. So, okay. So, you do attend the feast in your honor. Meanwhile, in the woods, at the rendezvous point, you guys are waiting for Adris to arrive, and he doesn't. Night is falling. You know that you are going to be pursued, but it's unclear. You seem to have shaken the hunting party for this long. And you find yourselves now back in the wild, mountainous terrain of the Grimarte region. But what do you want to do? Do you want to stay there and wait another day? Catch up?
Okay.
You want to press south?
All right. Let's take inventory of our crew. We've got 2 soldiers, a coachman and an ostler who are not going home, right? You guys are like, that's it.
They're fugitives now, so yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to need to find you a new home.
Okay.
Part of the gang.
I'm assuming that the wagon that we stole was good enough that you could drive it, but shitty enough that they weren't using it for anything else.
Probably, yeah.
Because right, so it would be utilitarian. So we're about to go into a war zone that's also populated by horrible monsters.
True, yes.
I mean, the wagon is cover from the environment at the very least.
Well, is it? I mean, did we get a covered wagon? Is the first question I would have.
I'd say
we might
you
not.
could.
We might have gotten a work wagon.
Oh, see, I imagined it was one of the wagons that was the noble entourage was driven up in which case, you know, if not an ornate wagon, it's still one of those like what do you see in like old British shows where people
right. I mean, did we get one of those?
Coach.
Like, what did we get? Is the first question I have. Did we get a utilitarian one? Did we get a fancy one? Because a fancy one might have problems with it. That first of all, it can't haul 12 people.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys arranged for enough transportation for all of you to get out. So I imagine that you might have multiple wagons, or you have a very big wagon. If you only had one wagon, then it probably isn't very fancy, because I don't think those things are designed to carry.
Okay. Well, a utility wagon would be fine. It just means it's not covered, which is the next question I would have is like, we could do 2 things. We could get some miles, like we could just keep riding. You think the animals are up for it, and just get some miles and hope he catches up to us later. Or we could stay here and fortify the wagon, because we've got wood. Who's got craft?
You know, it occurs to me that the wagon I was imagining is the type that fits 6 to 8 people at most.
Yeah.
That's cramming them in.
Right. We could turn this into another war wagon. Potter's got craft. I've got craft. What of our crew? Do ostlers have craft?
Double check. Ostlers do not. They have riding vehicles, weather sense, and the other guy
and the
has
coachman
observation, riding, and vehicles.
Right. They have they're service people. So
Connor has craft.
Connor has craft. The 3 of us, and also, even though those guys don't have craft, they've got team player.
Well, one of them has team player.
Well, we could stop here, wait for him to catch up, and in the interim, put some walls and palisades on the, like just turn this from a utility wagon into a war wagon. Just do that while we wait. I mean, those are the 2 options I would suggest. Either we wait or we ride on. Connor, you're, as usual, the nobility. I defer to you. Do you want to wait or do you want to go?
We would be able to better prepare our vehicles if we waited, but that's about it. It would also be a drain on our resources, and they'd potentially catch up to us.
It's your call. Do you want to keep going? Want to keep going or wait?
Let's keep going.
We get back in the wagon and hold on. I'll scribble a note real quick.
Okay, you know what? I keep saying the word wagon. A stagecoach is what I was thinking of.
Right. No, you were thinking of a coach, which is the same thing as a wagon. But I could see like these guys when we got here saying, "I thought you were going to steal a coach." They go, "We have to put all 12 of us, right?" And like the guy's telling us after we got here, it's like, "Look, you have 5 minutes to get out of here. You're going to argue with us. You're going to take this.
We're driving."
Yeah. And meanwhile, the coachman's sitting there. Oh yeah, you hate those things. Like you have to sit up there and it hurts your butt. Sure, it's all cushy inside, but I have to drive this. So I pick this one. It's my favorite one. Because if you want to be
better decision.
If you think
Does that
we're
mean
nerds, imagine what nerds these guys are. Oh, go ahead.
If that's his favorite coach, is that his favorite use in driving it?
No, because he doesn't have any marks.
Yeah, typicals don't get favorite use bonuses.
Damn.
But he can be as delusional as he wants.
Yeah, it's personal choice. No mechanical skills.
Hey, it can still be comfier one way or another.
Right. So, but we're writing. I'll go ahead and leave a note. I'm assuming that Theta can read.
Oh yeah, I think I'm illiterate. Hold on, let me just double check. God, I can't read my notes. No, hold on. Yeah, I'm literate. I'm a noble.
Okay.
Nice.
I think all nobles get literacy.
Well, I'm a dilettante, so dilettantes do.
Okay, I'll just write. We moved on. Catch later. C. Stab it, nail it to a tree, and let's get out of here.
Okay, so I realized, and we're running low on time, but I just realized this. When you come back from the banquet, it's not like a happy-go-lucky banquet, because when they return, they realize that their expensive hostage that they've already been paid to transport has gone, right?
Yeah, I mean, they'll know that, because after
Baron.
that mysterious guy came and stabbed everybody, he was in disguise. It was a mysterious raccoon. What do you remember the raccoon? Well, he was enormous.
He kind of reminds me of this real brazen servant we had the other night.
Very brazen. Quite brazen.
What brazen servant? You know, the one who wasn't doing anything? He always looked like he was supposed to be doing something.
He
But
kept kicking in doors and asking people if they needed their chamber pots changed.
Is it pot's empty? Pot check.
Pot check. Pot check.
Bunt.
Yeah, we got to come up with some sort of system, something we can, I don't know, hang on door handles. Let people know that we don't want people coming into our rooms.
How dare you get all, like, talk about your fairy dreams right now on Earth after it's been stolen away?
So yes, the hostage has been stolen away. The Baron is furious.
And Connor did all the stabbing.
Yes.
And one of the guards saying, I think there was some squeaky voiced lady too.
Yeah. Like a squeaky voiced rat as well.
Yeah, some kind of rodent or whatever. But Connor is the one they'll probably be blaming for this.
Right, as is always the case. Sorry, Connor.
It's always Connor's fault.
Those guys are going to remember because, like, his blade was amazing. It moved faster than the eye could see.
His sword work was.
We had weapons that were 10 times as heavy as his, and he knocked them out of the way like they were feathers, and then stabbed us so close to our hearts. That
we used spears in a narrow corridor. We had reach on him, and he still slipped between them and stabbed us.
I think Anushka's story is what the our side watchman has to say. You know, really sell it, make it sound like they both did an amazing job. So it really ups the other guy to a point where he can't deny it. Like, oh yeah, I did my fucking best, just like he said.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
That's
they're
awesome.
definitely like playing it up. Okay, so basically, after all of this, the Baron is furious. He's bubbling over. He looks like he's ready to break something. And his son says, Father, fret not. Send me. I'll go and recover the hostage, the pathetic wench, and I'll slay those who took her from us. Let me regain my honor, my display today. And yeah, he glowers and he says, very well, you'll take a unit of men, follow their tracks out of the town, and bring her back to me. I want no word of this getting out.
Can I interject?
What is it?
Sir, I feel some responsibility here. Again, it was my indulgence that brought these people. I feel, given your kindness today with the boon that you've shown me, that I must in some way aid in this recompense. Allow me to accompany your son.
Well, you have proven yourself to be capable woodsman, and my son has been known to mess things up. So, if you would do this, I would consider it an act of friendship, a great kindness. And his son goes like, "Father, this is unnecessary." And he says, "Silence! You will obey your father, and you will defer to this great man from whom you could learn much."
May this day forever join our two houses in eternal friendship.
Indeed, indeed. Although, Adris, I must ask, be sure that news of this never gets out. You've proven that you're one who knows what must be done. I trust you will leave no loose ends.
I assure you, if I did not know it, I am sure. And I give a wry smile to, what his name was Devon, right?
Right, yep.
I give a wry smile to Devon. I assure you that if I did not accomplish this, I'm sure your son would in my stead.
Well, we can only hope. And, yeah, I think that's probably where we'll leave it for today. With Adris leading the hunt for his...
Yeah, there's no better way to get in front of something than to actually get in front of something.
Right? Why not?
The only way I can protect them from the thing coming to get them is to be part of the thing coming to get them.
We applaud your plan. We'll have to hook up
crazy.
again soon.
I like it.
It's crazy. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are departing from White Ridge and heading south.
Who is
I
your
assume-
ally again?
Winter.
Yeah, Winter is my manservant. He's actually a witch hunter.
Oh, so did Winter come with us, or is he attending you?
I assume he's attending me because he's known to be my manservant. It would really be
Okay.
like,
All right.
it would really like put blood on my hands if my attendant was known to be traveling with you.
Fair point.
Okay. No, it makes sense. Okay. So you'll eventually have to split up from them and rendezvous with us.
Or set up some sort of ambush.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
A
know.
double
It seems to
cross.
me like you guys have to find this kid's parents, and they're really gonna hate Devon, and that problem might just handle itself.
Right? Okay. So, yeah. So we're going to end it there. We're going to do the debriefing. So we'll go around. I'll ask everybody to reintroduce characters and then to tell us if you guys have completed any goals. And if you have any other notes about the session and how it went. Those are also very appreciated. And we'll start with Beta.
Yeah, Adris Gar, Gorilla Dilettante, personality is proud, motto is by strength and guile. And we rescued Colette, did we not?
You did. So I was thinking, in this case, because this kind of was like a social environment that you guys were in, I was thinking either... Well, what I have written down here is the gift of etiquette or knack for gossip. I feel like etiquette might be a little bit more... I don't know. That
It
might be a
was
little
used
bit of a
today
large gift.
by
It
some
was,
people,
that's true.
so...
Yeah,
I guess
I would think
people already
that
have it.
etiquette for those of us who don't have it and knack for gossip for those for others, I think is fine.
Okay.
I think it's more than generous, so don't listen to me because I'll talk you down.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I came up with. I wanted it to be... I liked the party scene, and I think you guys did a good job planning and everything, so I'm into it.
I'm fine with that.
And I like knack for gossip.
Yeah.
Yep, and if you don't want that, sell it back. I'm sure the a gang of irregular people would love to have more gossip.
Well, I don't have etiquette, so I kind of have to take
Actually-
etiquette.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Etiquette-
not even
etiquette,
on
you
my...
said. Okay.
It's not on my build list at all, but the stuff that I would want isn't stuff that I'm likely to get right now, like extra career or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No, but etiquette's a gateway to other things you want.
Not really. I'm not taking those things.
You're not okay.
My
that's
next
fine.
actually, so my list is very small. It's like cosmopolitan, gambling, legerdemain,
Okay.
shadowing, low profile, which seems odd for me, but I'd like to also be able to sneak through a crowd and not be seen.
But, you're this close to highwaymen. Is highwaymen on your list?
I think it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's-
Well, and also one of the things I like about the game is etiquette's the kind of thing that you might not want to keep, but you're hanging out with a bunch of nobles and trying to distract them. So it's the kind of thing you keep for one session.
Highwaymen is not on my list.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have like rake and vagabond and pickpocket and things like that on my list of wants, but highwaymen I think might have been just too on the nose. Too.
Get disguise.
I think I'm gonna get disguise from something else. Wait, is disguise? Yeah, no, disguise is on my list, but I think something else gets disguise. It's on my list.
They overlap. It's part of the fun of the game is that when you get the gifts that the career has, you can then migrate.
Entertainer's on my list, and that has disguise. Because I'm gonna be good at storytelling. Because I'm always telling a story. So
I'm gonna just barge right in here and say I'm Manushka, the microbot messenger. I knew no fear, and I served with joy. We actually we rescued Colette, so I'll go ahead and mark that down. We haven't returned the goat kid. This is the kind of stuff I live for because I love the fact that it's a caper, and I'm always emphasizing that one nice thing about Ironclaw is that you can fight to the fear. Write that down. Where it's just, you stab one, all right, stab them. He hurt us. Back up, and I'm out of here. And it feels like an action movie. Whereas the issue I usually have with most games is that we would have to pound on them until they ran out of hit points, and then there would probably be 6 of them because the challenge rating dictated that there should be 6 of them, and it would have taken like 45 minutes. Whereas this was stab. It was dramatic because he could have blown it.
Yep. I also like that. The drawing concealed weapon rule actually did make the scene more tense and interesting because it did have you guys at a disadvantage, which makes sense in context.
I'm a big fan of that. Like, one thing that usually bothers me about gaming is that the players are always prepared and always at max. This came up where people were talking about, they were passing around a video about people having to buy different stealth skills and like that. It's like, we're player characters. We kick ass. So we should constantly be getting in situations where, sure, we're not at our best, or we're at suboptimal. We don't have our armor on, we're in disguise, or weapons are concealed, but we have raw power of numbers. So we should just go, we'll just walk up with concealed weapons, and I'll try to use presence I don't have, because I'm confident that I have enough raw power I can compensate for it. And I know there's a lot of players who get upset about that, and this challenge rating theory, which says you should punish people for that. So that's why I think I'm enjoying this game, where it's like, I'll just leave the good stuff at home and try to talk my way out of it, and lump the skills I don't have, because that, to me, that's part of the fun. That's what makes it challenging.
Yeah, I mean, I loved that encounter as well because of all of the cool stuff we pulled in, including things like, I do like that you had the plant guard. I think that was cool, and it turned it into less of a combat, but still more of an interesting multi-part heist, which very cool.
An action sequence.
Yeah. So cool. So Connor, Arc. Tell us about Connor.
I'm Arc Lord. I play Connor Lavera de Ecrevis. His motto is "One hand washes the other."
Connor got to be a little bit I feel like this arc, he's doing a lot less noble diplomacy stuff, but he is still getting to do cool action knight stuff. So
the heist whole thing, even though he played the part of a servant, you could see a knight in the movie doing something like that. I guess something like a spin-off of A Knight's Tale. Somebody might have done something like that.
Except the problem there is that he was a non-nobleman pretending to be a nobleman. So literally, it's the inverse of what you're doing.
Yeah,
that's funny. I'd say.
Yeah, I think so too. And then let's talk to Griffin.
Prince and the Pauper. That's what your example would be.
Yep. Hey, everybody, I'm Griffin. I was playing William, the anonymous almoner, who's also a saint. His motto is, first do no harm, second get paid. And I think, like Rafferty, I like that we were all acting a little bit outside of our normal element, and we still had a lot of fun with it.
I mean, apparently this is my normal element now.
I know. I like Adris a lot. I like that it's like the complete opposite end of the spectrum from Harmon, who was all combat and intimidation, and now Adris is all honeyed words and political subterfuge. Which is cool.
And I do love that almost none of us had deceit until almost this moment.
Well, I've had deceit for a long time. I just have a D4 in it.
Right, we aren't very good liars. We're all very earnest, straightforward people. That serves us a lot in the past. But when we come to these capers and now we have to lie to everyone, it's how do you do that?
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know that lacking deceit makes us earnest people. We're just bad liars.
Right?
Yeah, no one just
Well, I mean,
believes
like,
it.
the doctor's continually earnest. Connor literally wears his colors and announces himself. Anushka literally exists to go and say, hey, I'm a messenger. I have this for you.
Oh, Connor has taken his colors off in the past.
Like such
Sure.
as now.
Hmm.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I mean
no,
beyond
we're-
now. Like every time we've had to sneak past 3 corners or that region.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it definitely speaks to the personality of these characters. They all get along for apparently like this reason, I think.
Interesting. Yeah. It's a fair point. Okay, cool. Well, so that's the debrief. Everybody gets an experience point for joining us today and an experience point for the debrief. And of course, you got the gift, which you can sell back for more experience points if you would like. Such is the rules of Ironclaw. So I'm looking forward to next week's game. Thank you guys all for playing. Had a lot of fun today. Do we want to do sign-off stuff? If you want, you can find me on Start Playing Games as Red Rabbit, and you can book me to play a game. So that's where you'll find me.
Hey, Rafferty, tell us about your next cool book.
Still working on Book of Corals, guys. I apologize for the delays, but if you're watching this in the past, I've already been to Music and Games Fest on the East Coast, National Harbor, Maryland. So if I saw you there, good to see you.
Is that what that stands for?
Yeah. Now you know. You're welcome.
I've learned something today. And of course, I'm Griffin. This is Theta. We run the stream here. Come catch us Sundays and Wednesdays for more games, and catch us every other Friday for our podcast where we talk with Rafferty, Red, and Lessons about a whole bunch of nerd stuff. Come see us.
And we're doing that this Friday, right?
I think so.
It's on the schedule. Nobody ever
On
said
the
they
schedule.
had a problem with it.
This Friday, then. Yeah, come see us.
Cool.
Last of the year.
Woo!
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
See you next
Bye.
time.